Hey, what's up guys? Zero One here, and today I'm going to be speaking to you about McFarland USA. McFarland USA deals with the coach from the Midwest. His name is Mr. White, and he comes to this town where it's basically predominant Hispanics. And he becomes coach of a football team, and he also becomes a teacher of, I think, a science class. And this journey that he takes in this town leads him to these kids who are able to actually run a long distance miles. And the thing is that the school has never invested in those type of sports or those type of skills, because the idea that somebody from McFarland, some of these Hispanic kids, can actually do something with their lives other than go to prison, which the prison is right next to the school, or work in the fields, has never actually dawned on them, or has never come upon their minds, because they have no future or no dreams in the sights of so many of the people or the teachers there. So Mr. White, which everybody calls Mr. Blanco, he has to rally these students up and take them to state. And I think one thing that I could definitely say about this film is it's a very nice film. It really is. I mean, yes, it's very, how can I put it, predictable. But the cool thing about the film is that Kevin Costner, who plays Mr. White, does a real good performance, and he also delivers as somebody that you can actually believe that he's a coach. And the students that come out in the film, I think one thing I could definitely say is their situation isn't that bright. You have one of the runners that he's dealing with abuse at home. You get another runner who is basically this thug, or the Hispanic thug. The definition of a Hispanic thug is like a cholo, this like "que onda ese" kind of type of thing. You also got these other three runners who are brothers, and they're dealing with their own situation where it's like it's financial, and it just builds up. And I think one of the things I could definitely liked about this film was also how Mr. White makes a sacrifice to get to know these kids and to get to know their families, and that was pretty cool. You also get to see the Hispanic, upbringings of these kids, especially that most of these Hispanic people are not from real educated backgrounds, that they don't have these bachelors, these degrees, but they're able to actually, work hard to provide for their families. And I think one of the coolest things that I can definitely say also about this film was that it really inspires. It really does inspire. Even though it's sometimes it gets cliche where it's like, oh, you know what's going to happen, it still inspires. And it really delivers to the audience that, you know what, just because everybody around you or your entire society is the way it is, doesn't mean that you have to be like that. Doesn't mean that you have to, not reach for the stars. And that's basically, you can say that sums up the film. There's also a lot of things happening within the film that I definitely don't want to just give it all out. But it's something that you can sit down with your family. You could sit down with your kids and watch it. It's clean. There's no cussing. There's no nudity. There's nothing like that. As you can see from the rating, it's what, PG, and what else? I think I also love the dynamics of how Kevin Costner has with his family, because his family also, which includes his wife and his two daughters, come with him from the Midwest, and they get kind of like a crash course about the Hispanic culture, or the Hispanic American culture, you can say. What else can I say? The only thing that I didn't really like that much about the film was, other than it's very predictable, was that one of the teachers Actually, there was two things I didn't like about this film, and it's not big things. It's just, you know, nitpicking. First of all, one of the teachers, you really don't know too much about her. All you know is that she lives in McFarland, and she just kind of comes every once in a while to just kind of bring that emotional impact to the audience. She's kind of like just comes to cry, and you're kind of like you're left wanting to know a little bit more about her. And you kind of like want to hear her backstory or what she's all about. And another thing is that one of the runners is the one who actually goes out there and you know, gets the rest of the crew together. You really don't, you know, get to actually meet his family. You really don't know his goal in life or anything like that. He just appears for this duration of the film just to gather everybody up, and from there on out, he just becomes like a background character. And to me, I was just like, man, I really would want to know a little bit about that character. And another one of the runners that we really don't know too much about, we don't get to know too much about, but still, it's a real good film. It's a family film. I give it, it's for the family. And yeah, so you guys have a good time watching it. And Jesus bless you guys. Later. Bye.